Hikaru, thank you
Hey,
for coming on. We're just looking, I don't know if you've seen the incredible drama that is
Yeah,
unfolding.
I mean, what do you guys want me to say?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first things first. I mean, I have to give big credit to my opponent Gukesh. He played a very good opening. I mean, we both were out of preparation early, and he found his B4 move, and after that, I don't think I really had great chances to win. So yeah, that's the first thing is that it kind of just wasn't meant to be, and you have to tip your cap to your opponent. That's the first thing. But yeah, obviously the other game, I mean, I knew from the start that somebody was going to win, or I assumed someone was going to win. Wait, Queen F1 is a draw now?
I mean, it's been going back and forth over the last couple of moves. So it's been a draw and then a win and then a draw and then a win. And it's really hanging in the balance here.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing also is like for the last 10 moves, I think Jan has wanted to win too. Like I think Jan's been in the mode of like he doesn't want to draw. Like it's such a tricky situation to be in for both players. I don't know what happened for anybody who's wondering because I left about 10 minutes ago or a little bit more than that. So I don't know what happened. But yeah, like I mean, it's such a messed up situation because it's like I mean both players want to win. So I think Jan is sort of the opinion that he wants to go for it too. And I mean, yeah, it's just like just insane. So yeah, I mean, like I saw this game around move 40. I mean, because of course I was playing my game, and then I noticed that like Fabio allowed this exchange sack, and as soon as that happened, it's like I mean, you're ready for it all to be over, and then you knew that like suddenly we're in for a very long day. Um, but yeah, I mean, this whole game obviously has been insane. So yeah, I mean, who knows?
And Hikaru, well, you said you were walking back the last 10 minutes. Can we just rewind maybe the last few moves, Hammer, to...
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I know Fabio was winning. As I was walking back, I saw one of the positions. One second. Yeah, I mean, I knew Fabio was winning. Wasn't Queen E8, Queen E2 winning?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everything about this is insane. But I thought when I was walking back, I saw this position: Queen E8, Queen E2, and then you queen and block with Queen F1, right? Oh, you're not playing Knight D3. So I thought Knight D3, then I can Queen D5, King A1, check, Queen F1, and then you just win the game. Um, but yeah, I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen here. Like, I mean, it's just so insane. Like everything is so out of control. But yeah, it's what it is.
Was this what you calculated?
Yeah, when I was walking back, I saw this position briefly, so this is what I was thinking about. But yeah, apparently Nepo found Queen F1 is going to be a draw now, right?
I mean, we've kind of, well, it's been a draw many times according to the engine. And,
But
it's never
yeah.
really been.
No, I mean all that I can really say is I mean I wish I was in the same situation with like where someone has to win. Like I wish I was in a situation where only a win satisfies either myself or my opponent. Not the situation I was in today, but I mean it looks like it's going to be a draw. So at the end of the day, I mean it's just the whole thing is just so messed up. It really is because like I mean you feel like I mean you feel like there's no way Fabi can take the draw here, right? Like he's probably going to lose now because he can't repeat, right? Like, I mean, it's so messed up. I mean, like
No,
it's
but
just such a messed up situation.
but I mean, there's no way he can kind of lose either, right? Like, how would he
You want to go
even?
Queen D5?
Well, I don't see how you keep the
Queen D5,
game.
and then you got a repetition. Okay, that's yeah. But the thing is, I mean, Black is also queening too. Like, it's very scary with like 30 seconds on the clock. I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, the whole thing is just like it's really weird. The last like 2 days or 3 days, it feels like I mean, everybody's playing this game of chicken. It's like who does what? Like who gambles? Who doesn't gamble? Like it's all so about so much more than actual chess, which is kind of crazy, honestly, because it very rarely happens. But yeah, as one of the people in chat says, big shout out to the script writers. I mean, they really they earn their money's worth with this season of the candidates for sure. So I mean, yeah, it's just like what to say.
Can he go Rook A7?
No, but Queen C4. I mean, Queen C4. I mean, it's a draw. Like, I mean, are you trying to lose now? Like, I
Well,
mean, what do you try to do? Like,
you were saying that Fabi had to play on, and I can't see a single way he plays on without
yeah, I
just
mean,
instantly losing or allowing a draw.
yeah, I mean, it's just insane. You know, I think at the end of the day, I mean, what to make of it? It's like on the one hand, you can say Fabi should have won this a million times,
And
but
Hikaru, I don't know
but
if you have the chat open, but Tal
yeah,
Rasha just gifted 50. Oh, that's your
yeah, I
brother.
mean,
Oh, sorry. My
yeah,
bad.
that's my brother, of course. You know, I just wanted to say a couple of things. You know, like I'm not actually that upset with today itself. Like I really wish that I could have gotten more chances, but I didn't. It just wasn't kind of there. I mean, when Gukesh found B4, like I got what I wanted. I got a position out of the opening where we were both at burning time, but Gukesh found B4. So that's the first thing. You know, I think the second thing, broadly speaking, is like I'm not upset about today from that standpoint, but like the only like I guess you could say regret that I have perhaps. Whoa, he played rook E4?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Now wait, but now black and queen, right? Oh
Let's
wait,
pull
no.
it
Then it's
back
rook
up,
b4
Hammer.
mate. Then it's rook b4 checkmate. Oh wow. Then it's rook b4 mate.
Yeah, that's kind of sick.
No, but wait. So what's gonna happen is they're both gonna get. We're gonna play the queen ending for another 10 years now, right?
Maybe.
Because you're gonna have to take the rook, and white's gonna check on a4, check on e4, queen e7, and then it's gonna be a 2v1 endgame, and it's gonna go on for another 10 years. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. But anyway, I mean,
But this is checkmate.
yeah, no, I mean everything's out of control. Everything's so out of control here. Like, I mean, it's so out of control.
Oh, you can queen. Is that this was what you were saying?
Yeah, I mean, isn't this still a draw or not?
Yeah, I assume so. It wasn't clear to me how I even got the end game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, it's been bouncing back and forth. But yeah, no, what I was gonna say in general, like if there's one regret, I guess that I would say I have, it's not actually in relation to today. It would be that in general, I just really wish I could have you know, I wish on one hand I could go back in time and have the same like mentality before the pandemic. I mean, I think if I could have had this mentality like in 2016 or 2018, I mean, I think there's a great chance that I could have won the candidates back then, but you know, as we like to say, you know, things in life happen for a reason. So like, if there's one thing that like I rue or like I'm unhappy about, it's just I really wish I could have had the mindset that I have today, like before the pandemic. But it is what it is.
Has that been on your mind for a while, or is it, do you think, today's game which has made it more?
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, I think that I've thought about it a lot. I mean, in terms, it's kind of like, you know, what if, you know, the what ifs of the world. But like, that's the one thing is like, I mean, it's very easy to question life and sort of think, you know, why didn't this happen at this time, or why did that happen at that time? And you kind of be like that's just how it goes. You can't really do it. But yeah, that's the one thing I would say is, you know, I'm not really upset about the Vita games. Like the second game of the tournament, I just lost my mind completely. You know, there's it was really inexplicable, but what to do? I just lost my mind. I wasn't there. I wasn't ready. You know, I think I can say this now. I mean, I alluded to it on an official broadcast, but you know, I think part of the reason I kind of lost my mind is that I didn't mention to you guys, and it's very tough actually, because like I have to look at it as a pro player as well. And the whole line that Nepo played in the second round with Queen A2 was actually what I was hoping to get against Vidit. And of course Nepo blitzed it out. He played AH4, which was not what I looked at that morning. I think I looked at Queen E2, Knight C8, F4, Knight D6, Bishop D5. But regardless, I think like the second game, you know, to lose that second game, to be in a situation where the tournament very easily could have fallen apart, and then to come back the way that I did in the second half, like I'm extremely proud of the way that I played. Extremely proud of the way that I played it.
It was quite wide, do you think? I mean, the tournament just ended for you an hour ago, but when you reflect, you know, with a bit of distance, do you think you will reflect overall positively?
Well, I mean, it's hard not to be. I mean, after losing the second round, I mean, I very easily could have just finished the tournament with -2 or -3. I could have lost another game or two, and then like I could have been on vacation for the last week. So You know, that's why, like, when I, you know, like, in terms of being unhappy, I'm not unhappy about the result. I'm not unhappy about the game today. It kind of wasn't meant to be. Like, I can be upset, but I didn't get the chance. Like, I spoke many, many times, especially at the start of the tournament when I was struggling a little bit, about how, you know, they're going to have the opportunities. The opportunities are going to present themselves, and the opportunity today did not present itself. And yes, I could go back to yesterday and be like, man, I should have played on against Jan. But my assessment at the time was correct. Like, Gukesh was worse against Alireza, and then Alireza self-destructed to lose that game. So when I took the draw at the time, my assessment of what was going on in the other game was correct, and it was a correct decision at the time. So it happens. And, you know, I know I see someone in chat saying, oh, I'm not giving Gukesh any credit. I mean, I give Gukesh a lot of credit. He kept it together, especially today. He found this B4 move would have been very easy to self-destruct. So, I mean, I know people are trolling what they're doing, but at the end of the day, like, no, I mean, I give a lot of credit to Gukesh, a lot of credit. He played great chess. So, yeah, it wasn't meant to be. But again, I think to be in, you know, if you told me before the tournament that I would be in the running going into the final day with white and a must win in the final round, I would have told you that I'd be ecstatic with that possibility. So yeah, it wasn't meant to be, but, you know, I tip my cap to Gukesh because he did play great chess. He played great chess, and I think, barring Jan sort of throwing this game at this point, it will be a draw. So yeah, like, I mean, I give a lot of credit to Gukesh. So it looks like, I mean, I don't want to go and jinx him by saying, like, congrats to Gukesh, because it's very easy to, like, say congrats to Gukesh and then, you know, something happens here. So I don't want to do that, of course. Yeah, so it's what it is. I mean, I thought I mean, people are saying I didn't take enough risks. I think I took a lot of risks. I mean, today, of course, maybe I should have played E4, but I would have probably been surprised in a Spanish, and who knows what would have happened. So yeah, I'm not really that disappointed overall. And, you know, frankly, I'm just like, I don't know. Honestly, if I'm Fabi right now, I want to go jump off a bridge. Like, I mean, it's just what to do.
Yeah, it's a tough moment.
Yeah.
Also,
I
I
mean,
guess for Jan.
no, but I mean, but Jan was never winning though. Like, Jan was losing
but
the
I
whole
mean,
game.
he was leading throughout the tournament, and suddenly he's in a must-win. But you
I mean,
think that's
Jan
just
got
that.
unlucky. I mean, he had black in the last round. He had 2 whites in a row, and he wasn't able to do anything against either Prague or myself. I mean, that's what happened. So yeah, I
Is
mean,
this
it's
just a
just
dead
it's
draw
what it
now, or
is.
does Fabi have any chances?
I mean, Fabi's going to play on, but the time situation, I mean, this is a theoretical draw for starters, but the time situation makes it worse. And yeah, like I said, like, I can be unhappy, but, like, I would not want to be Fabi. I mean, I would not want to be Fabi here, because this is like, I mean, this is like, he got the opportunity. He had the opportunity to win in the final game. Like, I didn't have an opportunity to win. Gukesh just, like, he played B4. I had no chance, but Fabi has had many chances to win. So it's like, so, I mean, I just, like, you have to look at things. You have to look at it on the bright side, because, like, I mean, if I had done what Fabi's done today, like, I mean, you better believe I'd want to go down to the falls and have some bad thoughts in mind. I mean, I made that joke with Levy when we did our 30-minute interview. But geez. Yeah.
Is losing at chess the most devastating thing you know?
I mean, I don't know about losing, but with the stakes so high and Fabi winning at least, what, 5 times this game, like, I mean, yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But that's how it goes. Yeah, so anyway, for anybody who's asking too, today also, like, I mean, I was thinking to myself, what did I want to play? I thought by playing D4, I'd play something I hadn't played the whole tournament. I get my opponent out of his prep and go from there. And yeah, it's what it is. So anyway, I mean, I guess I'll probably go and do a recap, go eat my family pretty soon. But I think just to wrap it up, like, I didn't actually ask if my team wanted me to name who they were. But I figure at this point it doesn't matter anyway. So I just to answer that question, the people who I was working with were, of course, Chris Littlejohn, who I've been working with for a long time, Nicholas Huschenbeth, of course, from Germany, and of course Niels Grandelius from Sweden was the other person that I was working with. I know a lot of people
How is that?
thought,
of course.
well, I mean, everyone
Niels is
assumed I
one
was
of
working
my
with,
best
like, Wesley.
friends. I
Like,
talk to him almost on the daily. I never had the slightest idea at all.
yeah, so I mean, I think people assume I was working with, like, Wesley or Sam or others, but, you know, I worked with Niels, and yeah, I think all of them did a great job. Like, it was, you know, it was a great event. I mean, it's unlucky that things didn't work out today, but you know, I mean, I give a lot of credit to Niels and Nicholas for the work they did during our very short like sort of training camp. We did like a 3-week training camp in LA prior to the event. So big shout out to both of them because they really worked very hard. And yeah, I mean, it was close, but you know, I think like as unhappy as I want to be about it, I didn't have the chance today. So like, you know, I would say that if I had Fabi's situation today, doing a recap, it would be extremely hard. I'm not going to lie, it'd be extremely tough to do it. But the fact that I never really had the chance today means that I mean, I'm not super unhappy about it. So that's just how it goes. But yeah, that's how it goes.
Maybe before we let you go, for the fans, what is next for you? When will you return to streaming? And also, do you have any?
Yeah, you know, it's
plans?
yeah. I mean, this is it's. I'll be back to streaming on Tuesday. Of course, I've titled Tuesday. Obviously, got to get back to my real job. That's the first thing. But then I'll be going to the other side of Canada, going back home in some ways. So yeah. I'll be streaming from the other coast. Sorry, like I don't try to be emotional, but it's, you know, it's it is just because poof, give me 1 second. I try not to like get into it because like it's, you know, it's like a reminder of like years past, being young, everything else, but yeah, I'll be going back to Vancouver and streaming from there, and should be fun. So that's that.
Hikaru, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's not actually about caring. It's just that like, you know, it was basically like 16 years ago that kind of I felt like, you know, I went to Vancouver. I went there for the first time. Sort of lived on my own and everything, and it's just like thinking back to like being younger, being in the situation I'm in today. It's just, yeah, it's just crazy.
Hikaru, thank you so much for sharing with us, for coming on every single day, win, draw, or lose. So much love and support from the chat. So thank you for.
Yeah, no, I mean, for people who are wondering, like now that I've composed myself, but it's not actually like sadness about today. It's just that like I was thinking like, you know, if I could go back in time and tell myself 16 years ago that I'd be here today, it'd be like, no chance. No chance. So that's what it's about. It's more about that than it is about like actual the result today. It's just like, it's just trying to think back like all the things that I've done in chess and just, yeah, that's how it goes.
It's been tremendous following your whole journey. Hikaru, thank you so much for everything, also on behalf of chat. And I hope you enjoy a nice evening with your family, and we're looking forward.
Yeah, and I just want to add one last point, just one last thing as well, separate of all that. Like that's why like I try not to get into it, because that is going to make me a little bit emotional. But the one last thing that I did want to say is, you know, like in general, when you think about life, for example, you know, I like to think that there are, you know, karma or things like this exist. And so like, you know, I know there are people who are wondering, like, for example, you know, would I like lose the game today on purpose? Like, because there are moments that I could have just been like done a little oopsie and made like a little blunder to lose the game, for example. And, you know, I like to think that in life, you know, karma kind of is a thing, you know, karma or, you know, making the right choices. And so like for anybody who's wondering about those sorts of situations where it's like, you know, would I like see if the game's like, you know, for example, obviously I'm not a fan of Nepo on some level. Like I think some of the things he's done related to online chess are not appropriate. But for example, even if Nepo were winning today, I still would not be like, okay, I don't want Nepo to win because of all this other stuff and done like a little hang up piece or you know, something like that. I never would do that just because you know, I like to believe that whether it's like karma in this life, whether there's another life, that like making the right decisions does matter. Like that will come back and like haunt you down the road, like whether it's now or another time, that it will matter. So like that is the one thing that I would say for anyone who's wondering about like this game or other games. Like I would never intentionally like make a blunder and lose a game, because like I think that karma is a thing and it's going to come back to haunt me later on.
I think integrity and just doing like, it's so important in chess, and hopefully most players have that same attitude.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people do, but like I just wanted to get that out there for anyone who's wondering, like, you know, if I would ever consider that, because like I do believe very strongly in karma. Like I do believe that if you do those things, like, you know, it will, you know, whether it's this life or another life, whether it's heaven, hell, whatever, that it will matter. So that is like kind of the one thing that I did want to add, because I know some people thought, like, you know, is he going to like go and lose this game in like 20 moves and just like ensure that neither Fabi or Nepo can catch up? And so yeah, that's what it is.
Hikaru, once again, thank you so very much. And yeah, and enjoy your time in Canada, and we look forward to seeing you back.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll be back to normal on Tuesday. No, I mean, all the emotional stuff is just that, like, it's just crazy to think about how long I've been playing chess. It's just crazy. But yeah, so that's the bottom line. But yeah, you know, I'm not upset about the game itself. Credit, you know, I really do give a lot of credit to Gukesh. He kept it together. He kept it together throughout the tournament. I mean, you look at Gukesh at 17, and then you look at, I'm going to make fun of the players, including myself, but you look at these bozos like Fabi and Nepo and myself, like, God, we've been around for so many years now. And look at us, like, making all these blunders, having no emotional control whatsoever. I mean, obviously I'm talking about Nepo and Fabi today, but like, I mean, like, look at Gukesh's play and how well he kept it together. And then you look at Fabi's game today, and I mean, like, I'm glad I'm not Fabi. That's all I'm going to say. Because if I got the position Fabi got today and I messed it up, I probably would not be sleeping tonight. I would not be sleeping. I would probably actually skip the recap. For anybody who's wondering, like, if I had what Fabi had today and I messed it up, I would probably for once actually not stand true to what I said before, and I would say fudge the recap. I'm just not doing it. I'm gonna go out and drink all night and everything. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, my family's around, so I'm gonna have to jump off and do the recap quickly, and then I'll see you guys. I'll see everybody on Tuesday as we get back to streaming. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Hikaru, for the fun times, and congrats on a great result. I know it was close. It wasn't to be in the end, but it was really a tremendous experience.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the emotions I have really have nothing to do with the actual. So I know a lot of people are going to assume they do, but it has nothing to do with the actual result. It's just that I've been around a long time.
You have, and hopefully we'll have you around a little while longer still. Hikaru, enjoy your evening. Thank you so much, and we'll see you very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. See you guys. Have a good one.
See you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.